The theory of evolution, which shook the world, was not actually formed in a laboratory, but on a 150-meter path surrounded by trees. Charles Darwin walked along this small path behind his home, Down House, in England, not with a notebook in his hand, but with stones in his pocket. He left a stone behind on each lap, synchronizing his steps with his thoughts. Though it may seem odd at first glance, this habit was not merely a physical walk. It was a mental journey of discovery. How did this routine influence his science? And what does modern science say about this peculiar habit? The path behind Darwin's house was called Sandwalk. He sometimes referred to it as thinking path. This path, approximately 150 meters long, had almost become a sacred ritual in his daily life. He would walk this path 2 or 3 times a day, using these moments to reflect on the scientific questions that occupied his mind. But the habit didn't end there. Before starting his walk, Darwin would place a few small stones in his pocket. At the end of each lap, he would drop 1 stone, using this method to track how many laps he had completed. What appears to us today as a simple exercise was actually one of the fundamental tools that triggered his scientific creativity. This ritual was important to Darwin not only for scientific thought, but also for coping with health problems. Throughout his life, he frequently struggled with stomach problems, headaches, and intense fatigue. These walks were as much a mental relief as they were a physical remedy for him. These silent walks he took on the path of thought helped him gather his thoughts before writing, simplify complex hypotheses, and increase his scientific productivity. The Sandwalk was not merely a path where he went outside to breathe fresh air. It had become a laboratory of sorts. Darwin's habit seems quite meaningful from a scientific perspective today. A 2014 study by Stanford University found that walking significantly increases the brain's capacity for creativity. Participants' creative responses while walking were 60% higher than those given while sitting. Our brain minimizes its routine functions while walking, making it easier to redirect our mental energy toward creative problem solving. Thus, Darwin's Rocky Walk was not merely an unconventional behavior, but also a neurologically sound strategy. Charles Darwin's walking habit shows us not only where great ideas are born, but also how they are born. If you want to think, write, create, or simply clear your mind, perhaps you too need a thinking path. Don't have to carry a stone in your pocket, but taking a few steps might be all it takes to clear your mind. Who knows? Maybe your next great idea is just a few steps away from a sidewalk paving stone. If you'd like to see more content like this, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like our content, leave comments, and share.